history. Tell us a little bit more about your beginnings, because that's a really interesting story, and it's on the app too. People can read about it, but I want you to tell us.
Yeah, it actually, I used to work here at a theme.
That's amazing.
So it's kind of a full circle moment for me in a lot of ways. But after I left here from a theme, I went to another job, and I was there withering away basically because I had an entrepreneurial spirit, but I wasn't taking advantage of the gifts that I felt like God had given me. And I feel like a lot of us probably have that story where you're working a 9 to 5, and it's no offense to anyone who does work the 9 to 5, but sometimes there's a drive in you that wants to do more for the world. And at that point, I didn't feel like I was utilizing my gifts, and actually I fell into a deep depression. I was in the darkest depression of my life actually working there, and it was a good job. Like, I had a great job. I had my own office. I was making more money than I'd ever made, and like on paper, it was a great life. But my therapist, I ended up going to therapy, and my therapist asked me a question: when is the last time you were truly happy? And I had to think about it for a while. And I remember back when I was a kid, I used to want to, pursue a music career. And that was the last time I was truly happy, when I was pursuing that. So that's what I told her. And she said, well, if pursuing your music career is what truly makes you happy, then how come you're not pursuing your music career? And, it's kind of a simple question, but it's kind of profound, you know what I mean? And so I had to think about it. And I think life just kind of took me on a different path. I was in college, met my wife, we got married, got pregnant right away. Next thing you know, I'm working, and, just time was passing. And so I decided to go ahead and do something about it. When I heard about the pitch competition, I said, well, I might as well jump in. And I'm a good friend of Terrence, who was I think, on a member of the committee, and I met Angela and Catherine, and they all encouraged me to do it. And somehow I won.
And you won.
And,
you won.
Yeah.
You got first place.
Yeah. And so, I made a decision after that to go ahead and pursue my dreams full time. And
yes.
It kind of worked out.
So how soon after you winning the pitch competition, yes, exactly. How soon after did you say, I am going to do this? I'm going to move to LA, the heart of the music business, right? The heart and soul of music. And so how soon after did you get that?
Pretty much immediately. So the original idea, I always wanted to do a production company, but the original idea was taking something that I believe in, that I know I'm passionate about, which is my music, and finding a way to help people with that, especially Black and Brown. Our original mission was to. There's a great disparity that exists with regard to the representation of Black and Brown composers in Hollywood. I mean, it's like less than 1%, of the films that you watch have been composed by a Black and Brown person. And a lot of my friends who were in the music business, music producers and everything, I was just talking to one of the guys over here, they didn't know anything about TV and film. We're trying to make music for artists and everything like that, which is cool. But I was like, how come we don't have any representation on that level? And so our goal was to move to Hollywood, because it's like, I want to be right there where everything is going on. I don't know how we're going to do it. But moving to Hollywood was probably the best place to do it, because it's like, Hollywood is a weird place. But when you're there, everyone is there. Everyone that I wanted to network with, all the movies that I wanted to score, all the people that I needed to meet in order to score those movies and TV commercials and films and all the other stuff that we're doing now was there. And so I'm glad we took that leap of faith, and I'm glad the theme and the Black and Brown Business Summit were able to give us that motivation to get out there and do it.
That's amazing. I love that it gave you that motivation. So you're in LA. How did you start making those connections that you needed to propel your business forward?
So the first thing we did was we went and took our kids, put them in school. And the first day that I took my kid to school, I was an hour late picking them up. And coincidentally, there was another guy that was an hour late picking his son up. And he ended up being a producer. And so from day one, I call it God. Call it what you want. From day one, I met a guy, and
That's
it was on
amazing.
our first
That's
gig.
amazing, y'all.
From there, it was just every time I was on a gig, uh, just being your authentic self. You know what I mean? Just letting people know your story. You know, people are really drawn to authentic connections, and people really respond to authenticity from what I'm able to gather. So you just be yourself. You love people. You know, you be a good person. You shine your light, and you treat everybody right. And you know, people will be drawn to you. You know, when you're an authentic person and you actually care about people and you actually care about helping, you know, the world, then for some reason that is a magnet that draws the right people to you. And when you have conversations that are authentic and you talk to them about your story and they tell you about their story, then some kind of way there's always like a middle ground in there where you guys can connect on something. And LA is all about connections, all about who you know. And whenever they have something, they'll call whoever they know.
So I've been following you on YouTube,
Thank you.
and you're an introvert. You were telling yourself that you were an introvert, and we
Yes.
talked that self-talk, right? I'm this, I'm that, I'm this. How did you kind of propel out of that to then make those connections that you need? Because it's about the people that you meet, like here at the summit, it's the people that you meet. They're going to help you propel your business. How did you make that change?
Yeah, I think that it's really important to have a dream that's bigger than yourself. And my dream at this point in time, I mean, I've accomplished all the things that I set out to do. When I left here, it's been a crazy 3 years. And I've been on Jimmy Kimmel, I've been on Good Morning
You've been on
America.
Jimmy Kimmel. Wait, stop, wait. You can't just, you can't move.
Like,
Okay, what was that like?
it was crazy. It's unreal. Anytime I'm on a TV show or something, we did Good Morning America recently, and it's I mean, it doesn't feel real, but also at the same time, it's like it's something that I've envisioned. But when it happens, you know, it's still like it feels really surreal. But you just got to take it all in, you know. But after all that, you kind of realize there's more. There's a bigger purpose. Like your dream has to be bigger than you. And I want to go around the world and spread love through my music. I want to bring cultures together. I love Black and brown people, but it's just like the whole world needs love, you know.
Amen. Amen. Yeah.
So it's like whatever you have to offer to the world, you know, the world needs that. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if, you know, you're the first person in your industry to do it. It doesn't matter if you're the best at it in your industry. I just think that everyone is unique. We all have something inside of us that God put in us that only we can offer to the world. And so you just got to tap into that. And the people that need that will find you, and you will find them, because the universe will open up. And I've found that every step of the way, the universe will just open up. You know what I mean? When you believe in yourself, I mean, you got to believe in yourself more than anyone else, you know, and sometimes like almost irrationally so, you know what I mean?
Irrationally so. I love that. That's great.
But yeah, so wanting to spread that love around the world kind of opened me up, because being an introvert, like I'm naturally just kind of like to myself. But as I'm meeting people and I'm seeing their heart, it's like you have to connect with that. You know what I mean? And it's like the more people I'm connecting with, I'm like, I can't afford to just, you know, be in my shell, because what I have, I need to give. I need to pour it out to the world. And I'm making all these meaningful connections with people in different countries now. And, you know.
We are so happy you are spreading the word of love around the world. That's so amazing. Okay, what's next for your company? I know we talked about it. You've got some really big things planned for the future. Tell us more.
Yeah, absolutely. So we started off as a niche company that mostly focused on sync licensing, which is helping people get their music into TV shows, commercials, and films. And I've been doing some personal composing for films and TV shows and stuff like that. Now we're expanding into a full media production company. We are creating a lot of black and brown content. We have a pilot that we're creating right now for Netflix, and we're Yeah. So we're just basically at the expansion part. 3 years after the Black and Brown Business Summit, where now it's like taking it and just scaling it, to the next level. Where whatever part of the creation process that filmmaker is in, we can help them from like ideation all the way through distribution. And it's been a fun ride.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like it.
Yeah.
It sounds like if you focus on your dreams, believe in yourself, you can make it. And of course, there's hard work. I mean, what are your work hours like? Just question, because I know entrepreneurs work. We have our pitch competition people here right in the front row. I know they probably work 24/7, 7 days a week. So tell us about, yeah.
So my motto is that like you're probably not always going to be the smartest person in the room. You may not always be the most well connected or have the most resources or whatever. And a lot of people compare themselves to other people and even experts in your own field. Like I can never get into looking at an expert and feeling like they're above me or so it makes me look down on myself. Because my motto is that you can always be the hardest working person in the room. You know what I mean? And so when I left my job, I told myself I'd rather work 18-hour days for myself than, to stay in a place where I feel like I couldn't thrive and be happy. And that's actually about what I was working right out of the gate, working for myself about 18 hours a day. But it doesn't feel like work. You know what I mean? Like these are the things that I'm passionate about. And I don't have a work schedule. I don't have a work outfit, clearly, but I wake up driven, I go to sleep driven, and my goals and my dreams to me, they're going to happen, so my baseline is going to work, anything is possible. That's just the baseline. And so if you start from there, I mean, anything is gonna work. Like you just believe in that, and that's your baseline. And so I go throughout my days, and it doesn't matter how many hours have passed. Like if it's been 20, if it's been 22, sometimes it's
you probably don't notice it. You're in your you're in your flow, right? You're in that flow.
Yeah,
exactly.
Whatever it takes.
Okay, this is amazing. Congratulations on everything. Last question. So we're here at the Athene Black and Brown Business Summit. How can people take advantage of these next 2 days? What's your best advice so that they can be you in achieving their dreams and fulfilling their dreams like you have, Israel?
This is beautiful. I love the fact that everyone is here. First of all, congratulations to the pitch competition people. That's like, I have a heart for that. Congratulations to Latasha. That was dope. Yeah. But I will say that regardless of whether you win the pitch competition or not, the key is to gain as much information as possible while you're here. You know what I mean? And meet as many people, because even if you win, even if it was $100,000 purse, you know what I mean? Like if you don't have like the information, the network, and the resources, you need the information to know what to do with that money. How to invest it and have people around you that are a good support team. I was able to walk away from here with $5,000 at the time, which, I mean, I think it's up to $20,000 now for first place. So it's like, I love the fact that it's grown. But we used a few thousand of that to build the infrastructure for our website, and we used a few thousand of that to move out to Hollywood.
Right. And it worked. Look at that. That's amazing. What a great use of funds.
So get all the information you can while you're here. Network as much as possible. Be authentic. Tell your story, because you never know who you're going to connect with when you tell your story. And those real human connections is really what drives everything. You know what I mean? Like the business talk is great too. But it's a human thing, you know what I mean? It's a human connection. And being out in LA, I've learned that more than in anything. Like, none of the business deals are made in the office or over in the boardroom or anything.
It's done when you're picking up your child from school, it sounds like, right?
It's all connecting with
you never
people
know.
and just talking and just being real and like, Yeah.
That's great advice. You never know where you're going to meet somebody
You
at the
never
grocery
know.
store.
Treat everybody with kindness. Treat everybody the exact same, you know. And
I
connect with
love that.
people.
Well, this year's theme is Dreamers, Innovators, and Trailblazers. That's our theme
Yes.
for this year's summit. You are certainly
it.
that and more, Israel.
Thank you so much.
So congratulations on all your success. We love you, and I love that you're spreading the message of love to the world. We need more of that.
Thank
So
you so much.
congratulations.